Yo, 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 yo. What's up, my Trinbago Vibe peeps? First live stream for the year. Happy 2026, wherever you are, this weekend. I hope you all are safe. I know fines and things have increased here in Trinidad and Tobago, so hopefully you're not one of those who got a random ticket, with these new fines. They're kind of ridiculous right now, but it is what it is. Anyway, the real working day really starts from tomorrow. So this is the first Sunday. I say let me come out and give a little recap of 2025 and give some updates on 2026. So still regardless of what is going on in the world in this country right now, I still hope and pray that 2026 is an amazing year. Hopefully our government knows what it's doing and we'll see some benefits in the long run. We'll see how it goes. This year it'll be a challenging year because I know right now things just rough all over the place. But here in Trinbago Vibes, we try to stay on or highlight the positives, and that's what we're doing in this one. So we're giving a little updates and see what's going on. All right. First off, I want to say that last year, like at the beginning of every year, right, I normally setting goals to try and accomplish for the year. And on top of that, we'll get to the ideas. I have ideas as well. But normally these goals would be achievable, like relatively achievable, and sometimes I don't reach it, and that's okay. So I just thought in this part here, I'll just go through some of the goals I've had for 2025 and new ones are set for 2026. So the first goal was, let's see this. Let's see how that looking. Was to hit 30k subs. Right, as of right now, I am right under that. I'll show you how much we are now, boy. We are. So I'm just waiting for it to pop up on my phone. I now check in. Yeah, we 29,468 subs at the moment. So I was hoping to hit this by the end of last year, but that didn't happen. But this year, that small thing, this is what we're going for this year. So it didn't happen last year, but that's alright. We're still going to try to hit this milestone by the end of 2026. Oh, Tyrese, good night. Yeah. How you been? Big up. Thanks for joining the live. So hopefully we hitting 40k at the end of 2026. If we don't hit it, that's small thing too, because I ain't fighting up. That's our next team I'm going with for 2026. I ain't fighting up. Things is happen. If it happen, yay. If not, well, what it is. The second goal second goal that it's set for 2025 is basically to get more sponsors, right? And this didn't really happen. I wasn't really checking for people and I didn't really get much feedback in terms of sponsors. However, people has, message and stuff coming down to the end of the year. So going forward in 2026, we might get a few more sponsored videos, which is great because these days, things are a little rough. The next goal I had for last year was, I'm trying to save paper, so sell some t-shirts. I did not get chance to sell any more of the t-shirts. This is the last batch I have of these. I don't have any more, unfortunately. I'm looking to do a new design this year, sometime this year, but I have to revise how I'm going about to sell that, and because I'm trying to get the cost down as well. Like, so I would have sold these t-shirts back in 2024. Some remain in 2025 and they were taken, and it was roughly, well, I was selling $220 plus $30 for the delivery, right? And so that would have been $250 in total, and I know that would have been a little costly for some people, so I'm actually trying to get something simple and get it down, get that cost down, right? I mean, all the funds that comes from selling those t-shirts did go back to making the videos and the content on the channel, right? But I know things are a little rough right now, so that is the plan. I'm not sure what aspect of it is going to happen. Oh, Saif, welcome, happy new year. And the next goal I had set for last year, 2025, was this one. This one is a critical one. Enjoy the moments while live streaming. That is what the L stand for, or recording. So what would happen sometimes, preach that I will go out, I will live stream, and the mindset when live streaming or when recording a video is different from just being there, being in the moment, enjoying, say, like the parang. I'll make sure to capture the vibes that are going on with the parang, but I'll focus on, okay, let me get the best shot, let me get the proper angle so that people could see and whatnot. And sometimes I tend to be so focused on getting the proper lighting, getting the right angles and everything, I don't take time to take in the moment itself. And in 2025, right? Well, I realized this at the end of 2024, but in 2025, I started doing a little more of that, and I started enjoying the scenes a little more, right? So that one, enjoying the moments, taking time while out there to, be grateful for what we're doing, for being out there, for experiencing certain things. Yeah, doing that a little more now, so big up that. And hey, Chris, thanks so much. Health and strength and blessings to you all as well. So those are just, some of the goals that I had from last year and new goals that I set for this year. And next, one more goal I set for this year, I don't have it written down there, is to don't rush, right? So sometimes when I'm recording or doing recordings, or if I don't have a video for the Saturday, because here on Trinbago Vibes, for those of you who, regularly frequent the channel, we update every Saturday or every other Saturday. We try to update every Saturday around 6, and new video is normally dropped. Last year I celebrated my 5-year milestone, and I was looking to ease up coming down to the later half of the year, but Dread is like, once you have been creating content, sometimes it'll be difficult to stop, especially when you enjoy doing it, and especially when you get motivated by y'all, from the comments, from the likes, from the interactions. All these things are very motivational fuel for me, at least. And yeah, so I just keep pushing, and then I keep seeing things that I would want to capture, I would want to share, I would want to learn about, I would want to record, and all these things. So that's how it was going. And just before the end of last year, I mean, we do real parang in December month there, the later half of 2025, and that was, and not just parang, like traditional parang, like house to house. I was moving with parang forever, and that was such a vibe thread that actually inspired me to this year, go and get quattro and learn to play it. So next year, if I'm on the road with them, I'll be strumming along the same way. So I'll give them credit for that. They are an amazing group of people who keep that aspect, that Christmas tradition alive. And I do recommend next year, if you get chance or opportunity, join them in their parang forever road trips. It'll be a vibe. So they're taking any parang more or less anywhere. They had an event in St. Joseph, Morocco, St. Joseph, over the weekend, yesterday, last night, right? But if you all realize, I didn't drop any video yesterday, so this is the first time I'm coming live for the year. The first vlog video will be dropped next week Saturday. Just after doing videos for December, doing the live streams, and then doing the 12 shorts before Christmas, right? That's like doing shorts. Whoa, boy! Sometimes I forget how challenging they are. But after doing that, I just needed a break, and that's why after Christmas, it was like, all right, I did a New Year's video, and then a short for New Year's, and then that was it, because it's like watching when you're on social media right now is like, wow, so much different negative things are happening and occurring, and the racism is just becoming, and tribal politics are just becoming more rampant. So sometimes you have to look off that and just concentrate on the positives, right? Because at the end of the day, it's not like you're sticking your head in the sand, right? To say, oh, you can't turn a blind eye to what is happening, right? You have to take in what is happening, but at the same time, you don't have to increase your fear of shit hitting the fan. Sorry for my language, but you just have to say your prayers and just observe how things are going and see if it really going to affect us here, and then adjust to suit, right? Or put things in place. But right now, I am really hoping as things work out at the end of the day, we'll see how it goes. I could be wrong, or we could just be here. We all like to say God is a Trini, and things things will just be our vibes, right, for 2026 at least. We'll see how it goes. And big up Crixie for learning the harmonica. That's an that a really very vibey instrument to learn as well. So on that topic, right, as I said before I jump into the recap as well. After the goals, right, I mentioned earlier, normally I would write down 52 ideas for the year. Now, why 52? Because there's roughly 52 weeks in the year, and the aim is to drop a video a week. Don't mind I missed last week Saturday, but yesterday, but that's alright, right? And last year, I would have done the same thing. Every year I try to write down 52 ideas. It's at least be tentative ideas, because most times I may not be able to cover all, right? And when I check back the wrongs, I only did 7 out of the 52 ideas I had from at the beginning of 2025. So for the whole of 2025, I would have written down certain ideas at the beginning of the year, the first 2-3 days in January, and I would have only done 7 out of those 52 ideas. So that's roughly 14%. Granted, I'll take those and carry forward, you know. So yeah. Hey, Saif, yes, have a good night and organize, get a good rest for school. Ooh, tomorrow is back to school and back to work. Like, that's what I mentioned earlier. Tomorrow, Monday 5th, is the real day the year starting for majority of people, right? I know the first was last week Tuesday and we had the new year already started, but the real working part of the year starts tomorrow, right? At least for me, and I'm sure for most of you all as well. Mind you, I did go to work on the 2nd, just saying, but no, I was in work, you update the emails, you check whatever and whatever, but the real work is really, I did work, by the way, but the real work for me starts from tomorrow. So tomorrow is going to be mess. They have the new road fines and things, so everybody, stick to the speed limit and stuff. Make sure everything is working in your car, functioning, bulbs and all these things. If you need inspection, go and get that done sometime this week. It might be a little chaotic this week, but hopefully it's settled down by the end of the week, right? So you all enjoy. So yes, I was mentioning this year I wrote down another 52. Well, really, it was the ideas evolved somewhat, right? So some of the ideas from last year I would have bring it forward to this year, and then some of them I would have evolved it because I incorporated certain parts of it in other aspects of the videos. So I still have the 52 ideas written down already, and I'll see how much it gets by the end of this year. We'll see how it goes. But before we move on now to the recap, I just wanted to also mention that, Tread, I know here on the channel I may not be everyone's cup of tea, and that's okay, alright? Not everybody's taste buds would be the same, like, especially when we're doing reviews and all these things, especially food reviews. By the way, this year I am doing a new rating system for the food. Now, I remember, like, last year when I did the ramen hopping video, and that was one aspect, cheap to expensive, right? Expect some more cheap to expensive videos this year with respect to food. Now, somebody made any comment that I didn't rate it, and I was like, oh yeah, I didn't rate it because I wasn't thinking to rate it at that point in time. I was just basically, my head was to show this is what you get for this price, and this is what you get for different prices going up. And so yeah, so this year I look into, Shirley, happy new year, and everybody who joined. So this year I'm looking to do the ratings, the same 5 ratings here out of 5, but this time I'm going to do look at here, amazing, which is like a 5 out of 5. I'm going to do, or if we do it out of 10, it'll be a 9 and 10. 9 or 10 out of 10, right? So if you hear me say this tastes amazing, that means I rate it a 5. If it tastes pretty good, that means I rate it a 4, or you'll be a 7 or 8 out of 10, If I say decent, that means it's a 3 out of 5 or a 5 or 6 out of 10. If I said aight, A-I-T-E, aight, that means it's like a 2 out of 5. Right, or 4 or 3 or 4 out of 10, right? And if I say not for me, and I'll use not for me, that means, well, that means really not for me. So those are the ratings going forward in this year for when we're doing any food items. So that is the new rating system I have. I'm supposed to add that to the goals that I want to incorporate this year as well. Uh, so those are the ratings that are going forward. Now, with respect to that, as I mentioned just now, may not be everyone's cup of tea. My taste buds might vary from others, and the thing is, once it is, you find like the reviews I do, right? Once your taste buds align with mine, say about 51, 52% align with mine, whatever reviews I give would resonate with you all. If not, there's I just how it is, right? Because our taste in foods vary, especially based on where we grow up and the experience and what memory that food brings to us. So certain parts of Trinidad, you might have say a nice doubles, and you have been eating that since you're small, and I just your comfort food. And I could go and taste that doubles and tell you that is not really that's a high doubles, or that is a okay doubles or something so or decent doubles. And you might get vexed with me for that because in your head, this is amazing. This is awesome. So don't get too vexed with your ratings if it don't align with what you think it is. Or sometimes if it is I go up spot and I say, this isn't pretty good. And somebody else would use that and go there and the food may not be consistent. And it might be off that day and they're like, well, how Trinbago if I say this decent boy? Mind you, I review food in the moment, and most times I try to do it not as a foodie influencer, meaning that I try to go about it in a regular way. Like, so if a random person come and buy this food, that's how the route I try and take. Except for those people who invite me to come and try their food, I can just hope and pray that the consistency food remains, right? So that is one thing I want to just touch on for 2026 and going forward, because these are some of the feedback and comments I would have gotten in the past. So I just explaining to you all, and I mean I'm sure you all know this already, but taste buds vary. At the end of the day, I'm just showing you where to find decent food, good food, and where to be skeptical possibly, and in other places where they could do some improvements, hopefully. Right? So I still welcome all the comments and all the comments, especially to places to go and check out and to try and all these things. Oh, Denny, Happy New Year from St. Lucia. We got St. Lucian in the house. Hey, shout out our Caribbean peeps, boy. Don't mind we PM and comment in a little, thing with CARICOM, but that's CARICOM, whatever. Caribbean people, we always look out for each other regardless of whatever. So, big up Denny from St. Lucia. And yeah. By the way, right? I was going through the comments because I talk about it, leaving the comments, right? So I realized I had plans to do a Chinese hopping video, Chinese food hopping, volume 2, right? Haven't done that in 2025. Those are one of the videos I wanted to do in 2025. I didn't come around to it for whatever reason, right? And I was going through the comments of the volume 1 Chinese hopping videos, and you all left me 44 restaurants to go and check out and try. So that expect more Chinese hopping restaurants this year, right? Spoilers, as well as I was going through the list of fried chicken spots from last year, and I realized, Dread, we have a lot more local fried chicken spots than I thought. I mean, I've done three volumes of fried chicken already, so that's 15 spots I would have already tackled for fried chicken, and now I still have a few more to do, so might be 1 or 2 videos in fried chicken to cover everything. I appreciate that. Shirley saying she never questioned my food opinions. And I appreciate that. Most times, nobody's really question it, right? Because I give you my opinion. I tell it as it is, in the moment, what it is for me, right? And some people would agree, some people may not agree. And that's totally fine. That's okay too, because, again, like I mentioned before, not all taste buds are the same. And the key factor in, like, food reviews is to really go and try them for yourselves. Like, everybody, whether they paid or not to review something, they will basically show you this is what it have. They could be this tasting amazing, and it might be tasting amazing to them. Or the funds they get paid might increase their taste buds on it a little bit. But, at the end of the day, it's for you to decide whether you want to check it out or not. And if you have realized some people are not consistent with their ratings, well then, that's all fair, But at the same time, sometimes if you realize some people is be up and down with their ratings, At the same time, that could be the food probably inconsistent. So these are a few things to take into consideration. Not when only when you're watching me, but when you're watching other content creators out there. Right? And let's see. Chrissy saying, same. You do you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's how we start to do it, Chrissy, you know? That's how we do it. No. Right now, Christmas. Well, technically, Christmas is finishing Tuesday, right? The 6th of January is where the end the last day of Christmas when you follow the Advent or whatever. Not the Advent, the calendar. So the 12 days of Christmas actually starts on Christmas Day and it's actually finished on the 6th. But after Christmas Day, from Boxing Day, we was full swing into the Carnival season. Before I jump into the Carnival, I now see this coming from Shirley. The only time I might question it is when eating raw seafood. I mean, that's what sushi is, Sharon, Happy New Year. Happy New Year and all blessings and everything to everybody on the stream. But yeah, Dread. You know me, I would not knock something till I try it once. That's my motto. Don't knock it till you try it. And sometimes certain raw seafood, not all, like a raw salmon, raw bluefin tuna, it's just be amazing. I ain't guess it yet, or probably did, I'm not sure. But I'm still around, right? So, let me, by God's grace, I'm still around, so yeah. Or, I'm going to assume, Richard, good evening. Welcome. So, we in the Carnival season, Dread. And, this season, there will be some live streams. There will be some, I want to live stream the stick fighting. I'm hoping to do from prelims to semis to finals. Now, all those in South. For the prelims is in Mayaro, Rio Claro. The semis is Grande side. And the finals in Muruga itself, right? Stick fighting. If you had tuned in December, they had a stick fighting during San Fernando City Corporation. They had a stick fighting competition tournament. That was a nice vibes to take in. I went on record and drop a vlog on it. So that was a nice. It was nice to like record a full tournament in the stick fighting last year and drop it. So I'm hoping to do more of that. I also saw on the NCC, that is National Carnival Commission calendar, they have limbo competitions, and it's like, I'm not sure if that one is new, but I haven't recalled seeing limbo competitions before. So look out for either a vlog on it. I might vlog the semifinals or the prelims or whoever it is, and I'll see how it goes for the finals, because I still have to go and organize the media license and whatnot from NCC and TUCO and all these things, right? With respect to the PAN, right now, PAN Trinbago real heavy on their copywriting and stuff, and it is a real fight down. So PAN Trinbago events I would not be covering. They have other means to cover that. If a panyard having something, I will, and able around, I will go and check out the panyard and take in that event. Once the panyard or the pan band itself, right, the orchestra itself having something, their own thing, then I'll be able to cover it once I get permission on all these things, right? But for any PAN Trinbago events for this year, we will no longer cover it. I don't know if sometime down the year, if we get permission or if they come to an agreement, because the main reason I can't really get the media rights or media pass to cover it is like I don't have the kind of funds that they are asking. I'm a sole independent content creator who not really making a set of money from doing these videos. I just do it because it's fun and you all motivate me, right? So let me tell you, whatever funds I make from the videos I make here basically is going to gas, right? And driving all over the place. Now and again, that's why one of the goals would be to get more sponsorships to help with. I have certain video ideas that I have, especially the more expensive ones that sometimes I have to save up to cover that, because that is a balance between work, life, YouTube. So yeah. Yeah. Now I'm going back to the comments because I see we stuck on the sushi bit, right? I try salmon sashimi in Trinidad if you could. Right? Out of all the, if you had to try something raw, try the salmon. Because squeeze a little lime on it if I want it raw. But if you go to any of these sushi spots, salmon sashimi. It is one of the buttery, juiciest fillet thing you could eat, Dread. Just saying. Pink salmon. And yeah, Brandon, last year I had fun with the pan, like especially pan crawls and everything. Thank God I was able to do it last year. This year I may join in. I may go and lime at the pan, some of the pan yards, but I won't stream anything. All right, I may not record anything either because again, Trinbago kind of moving a little, you know, strict on these recordings. So it's like it is what it is, and again, I'm not making that kind of money to pay them for media rights or passage for these things. So before I used to assume the media passed from NCC and Chuku and thing would have covered, but the whole separate things now. And now we under new management is different things happening. So I'm not sure what is the new processes or what gonna happen in terms of getting the media pass and media coverage and all these things. But we'll see how it goes. Once it's on the streets and it's an open event, I'll live stream it. Basically. So, oh, but yeah, by the way, Carnival Village is also opening this week here, so highly recommend you all check out that as well. It's opening Friday, and they have this new food court called Flavor. I think that opening on Thursday. So the plan is right is to I'll go and vlog the flavor just to see what it have, what available and whatnot, and also I recorded top 10 things to do for Carnival in Trinidad and Tobago, like top 10 things to do during our Carnival season. That was the real video idea I wanted to drop yesterday, but it's just the timing, and I was just relaxed, and it's like it felt. By the time I run some errands and everything, I realized the day was almost done, and I didn't want to rush doing a video where it may not have come out as I'd like. And because my goal this year is to don't rush things, if I'm not comfortable with the quality of a video I'm going to put out, I'm going to put it out. So if there's any Saturdays where I don't drop anything, well, that's just the reason why, right? So yes, I have ideas, and it'll take some time to do these things, but at the same time, this year 2026, I want to focus a little bit on life, a little bit the life side of things, because for the past 5 years since COVID come up, I was like YouTube. My life was basically YouTube work and life in between, right? And now I have other things that I want to work on, so it'll be a more shift in that balance, so to speak. So yeah. She's asking if I ever got a copyright strike on the platform. I've gotten yes and no. I'm trying to remember. There are two types of copyright strikes on YouTube, right? The one where there's claim the content strike, and it basically is a copyright strike, but not necessarily a full strike. So basically, you can't, if the video is monetized and you pick up and somebody hits you with a copyright strike, basically your video become demonetized, and whatever monetization from that video is go to the person who claiming the copyright. All right. Now I've gotten that a few times, and you just can't help it because, so especially for the Carnival videos and everything, because a good bit of these songs is be copyright to other producers and music companies out there, and in the States they will claim the copyright on these musics. In some cases, right now on YouTube, there's something called ad share revenue kind of thing. So for those that have that, I will turn that on, because yeah, it's like when you're out there, this is not my music that I capturing, so I will share that ad share. And then others where I can't or I can't monetize, or it is not shown in other regions, I would try to replace the music or try and remove that audio via YouTube Studio so that it could be normal now. So that's why, but I post the live streams and things. This is mostly happening in live streams. For the vlogs, I don't really get any copyright because I ensure that whatever I could copyright, I'll just flip it out and change it out, right? I'll change out the music and thing. But for the live streams, I can't help that because I'll be out in public and I can't control what music playing in the background in public, right? Copyright fets, no, they don't copyright fets. And surprisingly, I think I did not get a copyright strike on Experience the year I did it because it was a live recording for some strange reason, and because it was live recordings, like performances and stuff, and it wasn't a recorded thing, the algorithm did not pick it up because that, like, for that video, I was willing to not monetize it and thing, and like expecting copyrights from it, but surprisingly, it was good. So I was running with that. So for some fets, even the Kess I didn't get no Kess is we what a data review, and I play some clips from it. I did not get any kind of copyright strike from it or anything. Now those are the regular copyright claims. Sorry, so that's not really a copyright strike; it's a copyright claim, right? Copyright strikes is happen when it is like trying to find the best way to explain this, right? So a copyright strike, you only allow 3 copyright strikes on YouTube, and it's like if basically you fully copy somebody else's video from like beginning to end, and you fully thief somebody content. Like if you thief snippets or clips or something, and thing, people could claim the copyright claim, but if you blatantly take somebody content, claim it as your own, and somebody copyright strike you for that, then you get a copyright strike on your channel. And plus, if you break YouTube's have a set of rules for their advertising, especially if you're trying to monetize. And if you are found in violation of their rules, you'll get copyright strike for breaking that rule, right? And 3 copyright strike means that they'll ban your channel and delete it. So I have gotten copyright claims multiple times, mainly for the live streams. Like I said, mainly for the live streams. Certain videos, I would have done it, and I'd expect to be copyrighted, so I didn't monetize it, right? So, but I would have go out and change the parts of the video where the copyright claim is, like 6 months down the road or something, right? So yeah, so that is basically how the copyright works. Let's see, I'm talking about bam. Right. So speaking of the live streams, right? I was able to live stream a few events at the Emancipation Village. I actually did the walk this year from the promenade up, was that Piccadilly and thing, and I basically ended just before we cut back on. That would have been where? That would have been Park Street before they go back up to the Savannah. So that was a first for me this year. And the opening of the Diwali Nagar. No, that one has to get copyright claim all the time. Anytime you have Indian music, even if it's religious, boy, these people in India is ready to hit you with that copyright claim dread. So that one for sure, I have a current copyright claim to it. And that one I won't have changed because the song that they use for the dance and the RT and all these things, you know, it fits it, so I ain't gonna change that. And yeah, now Chrissy, what she is saying is true. Sometimes the music does get past the first rounds, but after some months, it's have some record labels out there that real sick on it, and they'll come back and if somebody see the video that you have it playing, and it can be something in the background short or just minimal, and is ready to claim that. So what I would recommend though for your video, if you go on YouTube Studio, go on the copyright claim itself and see if there are 2 options. If you're doing it on your PC, you are able to edit out that sound and just keep the audio. It'll sound a little muffled after all the others happen, but that's better than having the music there and having that copyright claim. If you're doing it on your phone though, you just have to replace the sound clip with something from YouTube Audio Studio. That is the best way to bring back your video to normal and to remove the copyright claim. That's the easiest way to do it, actually. So if you do it on your phone, you got to replace the sound from a track from YouTube Audio Library. I would suggest look up reggae, as the genre to get something similar to like a soca beat or something, and replace it. Otherwise, go on YouTube Studio on a laptop and go into the editor, and you'll be able to have an option where to cut out the audio itself. So, or you could cut the clip itself. So those are some options. So yeah, that's giving you some other options just in case. Now, live stream, we also was able to live stream Ram Leela from South San Fernando. That's one on because they've been using Indian music. I got copyright claim on that as well, so that one is not monetized. I did mango melee, and I was able to finally do the mango sucking competition. I live streamed that. The live stream was probably iffy because, again, sometimes the problem with the live stream is the data, right? And probably the phone I've been using. I've been using this year. This is the iPhone 13. I need to upgrade, and definitely need to upgrade, but I don't have the funds yet for that. So I'm working towards that because I actually got a new action camera, and so I'd saved up, and it's like, all right, I need a new action camera because the GoPro Hero 11 I'm using, right, I was getting too much issues with it, so I switched across a DJI Action Pro, and so far that has been working phenomenal. So most of the videos that you would have seen in December 2025 would have been that clips from that, right? So yeah. Oh yeah, and then, well, last year I was able to finally cover the Blessing of the Creche at the Archbishop's house. That's one of the Magnificent Seven on along the Queen's Park Savannah West. Yeah. It just so happened that I reached late, so by the time I went live, I turned on the live stream. There was basically already into the program aspect, so you'd have heard hymns and stuff going forward from that point. They had already blessed the Creche and said the opening stuff and things, so I missed that because I reached kind of late. You know how it go? Sometimes you just hope things will start on Trinity time, and they start on time. So that's just that. Another live stream that I really enjoyed, and I was able to cover, would have been again the parang at the DSE Voce Hub in Siparia, and to capture, the La Davina Pastora parang group. Right. That was amazing to capture. Like, that group that's still around, still singing parang, and it was pretty awesome to capture that aspect of things. So I really enjoyed that live stream as well. What other videos we covered last year, boy? I finally did like some icons, like the doubles shed down there with DB sheds. So that was fun trying to figure out which one was the best one. And we also did the military museum. We did La Vici, did the Strongs. We did Mount St. Benedict, and we did Fort George, which was amazing, iconic things to check out here in Trinidad and Tobago. I also verified, apart from the doubles hopping and stuff, but we also verified the airport doubles last year. Finally went out and tested airport doubles because I always wondered how good airport doubles was. Like, because for most people, that might be the first doubles they're going to taste here in Trinidad and Tobago. And although we know we have some real best doubles in the world, at the end of the day, we know we also don't have all our great doubles in certain parts of the country. Alright? I said what I said. So you had to make sure that if a person's first impression on our most popular street food is at the airport, then it had to be tasting good, and it passed the test. So I was happy about that. So that was a fun thing to learn in 2025, and that is what we do here on the channel. That's why I say we explore everything Trinidad and Tobago. Food, culture, people, things to do, places to visit, all these things. Some of the things I would have known from before, others it would have been relatively new to me, and in some cases they are new. So it's like first experience, and I'm bringing you that experience as well. We also covered some off the beaten tracks last year. So that was fun, like Carmelita Waterfall and Barrel in central Trinidad. Dread, if you'd tell me, all I would rather say all the waterfalls in Trinidad and Tobago would have been, I mean, Trinidad, yeah. I know I haven't done much Tobago stuff, any Tobago stuff really. 2025, I'm hoping to change that in 2026. But anyway, if you had to ask me where all the waterfalls at, I would say the Northern Range, you know, up north along the east-west corridor, and I think 90% of our waterfalls are there, but apparently Grand Cooper had two of them that I didn't know about. I mean, it's not big waterfalls, it's right, but it's still good enough, you know, decent enough. Yo, Simon, big up, big up. So I was happy that we were able to cover that. Plus the salt pond at Shakari, that is down the islands. I'm not sure if I'll be doing more down the islands trips this year. I would love to. I'll have to see how my budget goes for this year with respect to these kind of videos, and also how the economy going in a sense, because yes, salary is still a little rough, but and everything kind of going up, but we'll see how things go, you know. We are fighting up. That is our next motto, working for 2026. Now, yeah. This last year, I also was able to do some more market videos, farmers market. So that was fun to do. This year, I'm looking to do more budget videos in the market and to do actual market, like a Davy market, a Marabella market, a Tunapuna market, you know, Central market, those kind of things. If I had to do any more little farmers market, I may live stream there. So who knows? I might go down and just chill with some of my favorite vendors down there and just live stream the event, live stream just a day in the life of the farmers market kind of thing. And yeah, so I was thank God we was able to do that. Again, shout out Alias Entertainment Expo. That is a small niche of cosplayers and anime stuff convention. It always be a nice vibes because I'm a fan of anime and, you know, of gaming and all these things. So it's always be nice to see that genre still being developed and enjoyed by many here in Trinidad and Tobago. And the work that Pantarona Cosplay and her team puts into having that. And I guess they have other events like Galacticon and a few others that I won't have gone to yet. I may jump out this year just to check it out. But I've been to Elias for the past, 3-4 years now, and every year has always been amazing. This last year, well, I'm going to say this year, but last year I decided to switch it up and just interview a few cosplayers, and it was a nice way to, you know, chat with people who enjoy doing cosplay. So that was a fun thing to do, and this year I'll see how things go this year. It might be something similar to next year, to last year, or I might do some challenges. We'll see how it goes. Shuman is saying best coconut ice cream hopping video. That could be a plan, you know. I didn't write that down in one of my 52 ideas, but I like that idea. Right now, for me, I'll tell you, Munchkins have the best coconut. So, in that video, we're going to see what else could compete or be better than Munchkins. Well, so that's a good plan. I'll go write that down after this. Shuman. And, Brandon saying the buffet hopping and the boardwalk videos were really good as well. I appreciate that, Brandon. I do plan to do some more buffet hopping this year. Right, and because last year when I was doing it, I was also going to include restaurants like Kaizen and Morvino, because I know they had buffet, but then I realized, wait, now Kaizen have buffet, Morvino have buffet, Samurai have buffet. These are all sushi restaurants here in Trinidad and Tobago, for those of you who don't know. So it's like, well, I could save that for a buffet hopping sushi edition. You know, I was already talking about sushi earlier in the chat, you know. So hopefully sometime this year I'll be covering that. I actually want to go down to the boardwalk sometime this year as well. I might do a live stream it. I might live stream down there as well, because last year I would have dropped the boardwalk video that would have been recorded in 2022, and it would have been released in last year, right, for the 50th anniversary. So I would like to go down there just to see what changes it has been. Like, I've been passing there, but I used to take on, I had a few construction things I was seeing going on there, but I never really take it on properly. So I would go one of these days, I'll go down there to take it in properly. I nice man, Chrissy. I like to see you when you see your friends and thing in this, because at the end of the day, that's what we want to capture as well. You know, people, different aspects of Trinidad and Tobago. So, and shout out your friends for having the courage to, come on camera, because I know sometimes being on camera, people will be a little camera shy and thing. And for whenever I'm interviewing people, especially those of them who looks young, I will make sure and get permission from their parents first once their parents are around. So it's not like I would just call to anybody else, and anybody else who I want to interview as well. Just saying, I do ask permission first before I would, you know, interview them. And most times I will tell them essentially the 1 or 2 or 3 questions I would ask them, and get them a little time so that they wouldn't be caught off guard, So that is how I do interviews with people, and with younger folks. I will make sure I get permission, because I don't want anything to be saying, look at Rajeev doing this and that. It's like, nah. You got to respect things how they are. So it was fun to do, Elias, and it's also fun to do. What was the next one, boy? Cocoa Research Expo, Cocoa Research Center, Dread. We have so much good local stuff down here. We need to diversify. Once our government can find a way to stabilize our economy and build, right? And I know for the most part they're probably hoping the oil and gas industry pick up. But if that does pick up and we become stabilized, we need to divest our stuff. We need to look at the cocoa markets. We need to look at the coconut markets, even cassava, and find ways to sustain us as a people. Because look, if Guyana could produce their own food and don't depend on import, we should be close to doing that, at this point. But I just saying. So, but the Cocoa Research Center, they do some amazing work, and for their Cocoa Day is always be amazing. These are the things you all need to check out if you haven't done this in 2025, right? For those of you who haven't or don't know what I'm talking about, go on, look up the videos. You would have seen the live streams and all these things on that. We need to invest in our cocoa trade. We have some of the best cocoa in the world, right? So, yeah, I think that is basically some recaps of 2025. Normally, I was thinking to go down to the beach. I ain't reached down to the beach before the year, and to be honest with you, I was on holidays, and I was like, Jared, just cleaning and doing things and life in a sense, it just take up time. And I didn't get a chance to go down to the beach. Like, normally I would go down to the beach and do the recap. Like, at the end of 2024, I was down Mayaro, so I was able to walk down to the beach and do the recap of 2024 down Mayaro, which I dropped in 2025. And this year, I was planning to do at the next beach, just go and recap everything that happened for the year, and just give thanks for tagging along with me on this journey, Trinbago Vibes. We're going to the 6th year now of making content about Trinidad and Tobago, and it's still amazing to see everybody on board. Everybody giving encouragement, everybody enjoying the videos and all these things. It means a lot. And leaving comments, giving suggestions here and there. So don't worry, I'll take in that coconut ice cream suggestion. So, sure, man. And yeah, I just wanted to, tell you all thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching the videos, thanks for sharing the videos. And Dread, congratulations to us. We survive another year. God willing, we will do this again 1 year from now. If not, I hope you learned some lessons on this channel. I hope you enjoyed some stuff. I hope you, got ideas to explore Trinidad and Tobago, to see the beauty of our culture, of our nature, of our food, of our people. Right now, we have too much people trying to divide and thing, right? And that's why in the last short I did for the new year, I said we need to really, pay attention to our motto and really bring that to the forefront. Together we aspire, together we achieve. That tells a lot. So is we can only move forward as a nation if we together. Now this don't mean we have to agree with everything, right? We could disagree with the government, we could disagree with the opposition, we could disagree with people on certain policies, on certain things, right? This is not blindly following things, because everybody would have their own sense of morality and values and all these things, right? But we could disagree in a way that we do not bring out any kind of racism or tribal politics, what that have been seen on social media. One of our watchwords is tolerance. Where is that? It's be annoying, right, to go on social media at the moment, Facebook and stuff, mainly Facebook for all these posts, and seeing people being critical, and then seeing the tribal politics, the racism come out. It's one thing to be critical, but next thing to it's one thing to be critical and agree with the point. Yay. If you disagree with it, well, I disagree because so and so. You don't have to call people names. You don't have to bring in racism, right? You don't have to bring in the tribal politics that we have been seeing. Leave that for lesser folks, in a sense. I mean, I'm not necessarily lesser folks, but as a people, as a nation trying to move forward, we have to be tolerant of everybody. We have to try and understand where other people are coming from, right? And that's the only way I can see we really moving forward. At the end of the day, we have certain rights, we have certain powers, and we have certain things we could do to, to make the world a better place, to make Trinidad a better place, and there are other things that is above our control. So we have to just we have to say our prayers and hope things work out for the best. And that's what I'm doing right now, right? If it hit the fan, well, we'll work on that we'll cross that bridge when that time comes, right? But right now, we're just trying to do whatever we can to make Trinidad and Tobago a better place and to be kind to each other, right? I could disagree with you, you could disagree with me, but again, that don't mean we have to have an animosity between us for that disagreement, right? We can agree to disagree. So, at the end of the day, we all want what's best for our country and for our people. And do not bash anybody's culture, because our culture adds to our diversity. And once you experience the variety of culture we have here in Trinidad and Tobago, you will realize how blessed we are as a nation to have this. And at some point in time, each culture has served a purpose and has elevated us. Regardless of how whatever some people might try to bring down each and everybody's culture and all these things, fire upon them, right? But we are Trinbagonians. We born, we are raised here. We have ancestors from all over the world. But we are living here, and we have to be kind. Together we aspire, together we achieve. And I'd like to end with the last two lines of our national anthem, right? Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation. So thank you all for joining me on this live, this 2025 recap and some updates for 2026. Thank you for the ideas, thank you for the suggestions, thank you for the comments, thank you for the likes, thank you for sharing the videos. And like I mentioned earlier, let's continue to make memories together. And again, you all have a blessed week, have a safe week, have a productive week. It's going to be hectic tomorrow because it's the proper work week and school is reopening, and it's also Carnival season. So basically Carnival is a month and a half away. Yeah, so the 17th, 16th, 17th of February, yeah, it's Carnival Monday and Tuesday. So coming on to the middle of January, going into February, you're going to be pace every weekend, some kind of Carnival event or the next. So look out for some limbo, look out for some stick fighting. Hopefully we'll get in some pan, I will see if I'll do a FET review, God willing. I may live stream experience, we'll see. I'm not sure yet, because I find it hard to wake up early in the morning. Those morning FETs, boy, it's harder now after a certain age. But anyway, you all have a blessed one, have a safe one, and thanks for tuning in. I'll see you all in the next one. Gone later.